Good morning. So originally I wasn't gonna do a reading today. I was just gonna kind of, rest. But I was watching a few TikToks and things just kind of started clicking again and making sense to me. So first, right off the bat, I don't know if any of you guys know. My legs are cold. I don't know if any of you guys know, but Monday, or if you guys paid attention. But anyways, Monday, I had somebody steal my wallet. And it was upsetting, to say the least. I was in the middle of my route and somebody literally got into the car, went through my purse, grabbed my wallet, and then proceeded to go use it at a gas station. So anyways, I got all that taken care of, but at the time I was so upset. Like, I mean, absolutely livid, crying. I was so angry. And then I realized, and it took a bit, but I realized that I wasn't mad because my wallet got stolen. And I wasn't mad at all. I was hurt. I was hurt that I'd been working so hard to do all of these things, not just for myself as far as improving myself is concerned, but also trying to help others more. Like, I am not a very social person when it comes to people that I don't really know, but I have to deal with. Like, a lot of people at my accounts, like I have some accounts that, I don't particularly feel like I fit in going into those places. So I don't necessarily want to talk to the employees or the workers because I feel like I might get nervous and say something wrong, or I might trip up my words like I usually do just in general. Especially because I don't eat during the day. Like, I really don't. Like, I just don't eat. And so my sugar drops during the day, which is why I drink coffee and with lots of sugar. And so I kind of like mess up my words and stuff. But anyways, I realized that I wasn't mad about that. I was hurt that somebody would do that to me. I was hurt that my guides would let that happen. And then I realized that it wasn't that they let that happen. It was they made sure it happened because it needed to happen. I bottle up a lot of things, especially when it comes to my past, with my ex, our son, and my birth father and his wife, my stepmom. I bottle up a lot of stuff when it comes to that, and so I don't allow, like, it doesn't get released like it needs to, you know? So I ended up just crying and, like, letting all of those emotions and stuff out, which was what I needed. And then it occurred to me that the reason my wallet was stolen, not so that I was like paid attention or I became more safe or I locked my car doors more often, but it was to remind me that I have everything I already need, that I have everything I could want right now, you know? So anyways, there was that. And then also I saw another video this morning, which I made a short little TikTok of it. If you guys watch me, if you guys are a follower of me on TikTok, you've probably seen it, where I talked about the dream that I used to have as a kid and that just unknowing, or not unknowing, innate knowing feeling that we were just a dream, like we were God's dream and we weren't real. He was allowing our souls to see what it would be like if we chose to live, if we chose to come back, right? Or at least that's what I used to think a lot when I was younger. And then I used to have this dream about the planets and the solar system and all of these beautiful, like, cosmic, like, it kind, I guess the way I could describe it is it kind of looks like your stereotypical picture of a galaxy where it's like all the colors and you can kind of see the stars, but it was more of like they were almost like gelatinous type, and like it's like they weren't solid, but they weren't see-through, you know what I mean? Like, does that, so almost like gelatinous, I guess, and it like flowed. That's like a jellyfish. There we go. But it was in space. And there were these beautiful colors, and the only way I can think of like kind of the semi-colors would be the colors that you see in a typical photo for a galaxy. I'm so thirsty, and I should probably drink water, but I don't like to drink water first thing in the morning because I will end up going to the bathroom like for the next 3 hours. So like every stop that I take, every account that I hit, I'll end up having to use the bathroom. I don't know why, it just always happens. If I drink water first thing in the morning, it's what happens. And I hate it because I'm trying to get my stuff done because these places open, you know? Anyways, babble. I haven't babbled to you guys in a while. Maybe that's why I needed to do this. Was just to talk to you guys, just to let you guys get to know me more, get to know me better. But anywho, so I'm gonna pull a few cards, but I was also, when I almost put it in the description and I didn't, for the sense that for some reason I felt like only certain people needed to hear it, and the people who needed to hear it will hear it through the video. You know what I mean? And it was fellow future members of the council. So I thought that was interesting. And that only came up when I listened to her video. And I remembered the stuff from when I was little and the dream and just that feeling. I do also know that a lot of us now in this time, one being Mercury retrograde, as well as the eclipse that is coming up, or the partial eclipse that is coming up, all of the planets being, well, not all of them, but majority of them being conjunct, what was it, yesterday, or the day before. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I realized that there's still time. There's still time. I realized that things can change. That a lot of us, we haven't really faced our realities. We haven't confronted our feelings about what it is that's going on. And so with this time period that's coming up, there are going to be a lot more things that are coming to the surface and things that are out there for you to see. You know what I mean? More honesty from people, more outwardliness. I don't know why that's a word. You're gonna realize who you can and can't trust, and there's gonna be this one thing, and it could be the tiniest thing in the world. For some of you, I feel like for me, I feel like it's gonna be this one small thing, and it's gonna make me realize, yeah, that's just not gonna work. Or yeah, like there's something about you. No thanks. I need to stay safe. Thanks. Some of you are also scared about something. For some of you, your temptations or moments of weakness are going to be coming up for you. And it's not necessarily that it's a test, but it's more of like you need to remain confident, inspirational, and it started with an E. I had it. It was the first thing that popped in my head, and I didn't even say it, and I should have said it, but I didn't. I'm sure it'll come back. But you need to stay focused. You need to stay grounded. You need to remind yourself why you want what you want, or why you're doing what you're doing, you know, as far as where your life is headed, what your goals are, what life you choose to lead. However, remember, slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush things. Don't overwork yourself. For some of you, I feel as if there's something that's coming towards you that is what you wanted. Like it has to do with your manifestations. It has to do with your if you are into the ritual aspect of workings, it has to do with those workings, what you've been trying to manifest, what you've been doing your rituals about, what you've been focusing on. I feel like there's something that's coming towards you in regards to that, and it's like somebody else took their time to inspect the situation. It was almost as if there was somebody else looking in, like somebody's secret has your back, like you didn't know had your back in the situation. Does that make sense? pull an oracle card. And we will see. So we have ancestors, the love and legacy of our DNA, and dawn, the light after the darkness. That's who you didn't know was watching you, is your ancestors. You have a strong team. A very strong team. Okay, sorry, had to go to the bathroom. Anyways, so I was looking to see, I don't know if you can see it, there's a fire there, right? So I was like, what is this fire? What is this about? Then the star card came out, and then at the bottom of the deck we have the Hanged Man. So what this is telling me is that the the fire actually represents the things within ourselves that we are trying to overcome, the things within ourselves that we are trying to make sense of and understand. Sorry, my mother-in-law texted me. And the star is showing the balance that there is, and then the Hanged Man is trying to say, okay, now that you have this new basis for, or this new foundation for perception, now it's time for you to build upon that, okay? Also, I do find it significant because there's also a clock in the background as well. I saw the clock earlier at the beginning. What this is telling me is making sure to allow your she came back in and then went back out. Allow yourself, your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, okay, and allow your team to help you see what is to come, okay? Make sure you're paying attention. That means make sure you're paying attention to your intuition. Pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to the signs and messages that they're sending you, because they're going to be giving you little hints to kind of either nudge you or stop you from going on in a certain direction or on a certain path, okay? Just as a little message from our ancestors, I'm going to pull one card, and this will be the last card, to see when there are no words, what message our ancestors have for us, what they have for those who are watching this video. Thank you guys so much for staying around for this video, by the way, if you watched it all the way through. I will put down in the description where the reading starts. That way you guys don't have to, go through all that. But anyways, thank you guys. I love you guys, and you are the best. So, interesting. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. So that's what your ancestors want you to know, that we all return back to source. We all go back to source, that we are a part of it. Remember, we are created in the image of him or her. We are created in the image of them. And there's something to be said with the fact that we have so many people who preach that and so many people who talk about that, but they don't act like that. Sometimes myself included. You know, we all have little flaws. So just remember that at the end of the day, everyone goes back to the same place. You go back to source. You go back to God. It's at the bottom. Each day is an opportunity for a fresh start. So remember, just be nice, be kind. I'm just curious. I do this all the time sometimes. Sometimes the sorrow is overwhelming. That is true. Sometimes it is. But you have to remember to be strong. I wonder what else it's supposed to go with. Like, that's kind of weird. Because, I mean, these are technically, they're like cards to give to people. Like, that's why there's like this background so you can write a letter on there. Believe in miracles. Miracles are seen by those whose hearts and minds are open to them. It's nice. That's actually really sweet. So, like, just remember that even though things are hard sometimes, things happen for a reason. And miracles do happen. We just don't notice them because they're not like in the movies. It's not like, you know, something magical happens, you know? It's not like someone's automatically cured from something or they come back from the dead. Like, that's not the way it is for us now, here, right now. I mean, it might be, but that's up for him to decide. When he decides to let those things be possible in our world, he will. Nothing you or I can do about it. Queen of Pentacles. I've been getting this card a lot lately. Because I've been getting it a lot, I feel like that means I'm missing something, so we're going to read it. I always like to, if like something shows up a lot, or if for whatever reason I feel like I'm just not getting it, like, you'll know if you're not understanding. You'll know if you're missing the bigger picture, if you're missing the message. And that's usually when I tune into the book. That's when I'm like, oh, okay, you know, yeah, I probably need to see what their perception of that is. Because a lot of times when I buy cards, I spend like maybe a week, 2 weeks, you know, learning about the artist's depiction of them, looking at the photos, looking at the cards, looking at the imagery myself, doing my own readings for myself, and then I start delving into other people's readings or readings for the public or the general or whatever, you know? So for the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles is an able and influential figure. Secure in herself and able to cope in the material world without problems, and from which she is abundantly rewarded. She is an ambitious woman who desires to always go higher, but for fear of falling and failing, risks remaining a victim to uncertainties, hesitation, or showing avid and capricious behavior. Do not remain too attached to what you have obtained or earned, but continue climbing without worry about how much you are risking. See, that's significant because for earlier I was explaining how I got my wallet stolen and how I realized that that was meant to happen. It was to show me these things. It was to show me that I have everything that I need. Bottom of the deck, Night Song, Hidden Talents. Anyways, guys, overall, what I'm seeing for us, what I'm seeing like that's coming in for us is there are going to be challenges this season. There are going to be things that are going to kind of test us and see how far we've come, see what differences we've made within ourselves, as well as who has made differences in their lives and who are now coming into us and what we are choosing to let go of. Now, don't think of letting go of something as, you know, abandoning it or getting rid of it or purging it, really. Think of it more as like allowing it to be gifted to somebody else. Yes, some of the things that we may have gone through have been traumatic and detrimental and upsetting, but at the end of the day, they were made to make us better. They were there to show us how strong we are, show us how far we've come. There is a bird outside the window just going. Can you guys hear it? It's beautiful. But we were made to experience that experience. And while it may have been traumatic and emotional and, you know, overall just like raw and pure for us at that time, It was something that we had to go through. It was something our soul had to go through. It was a lesson we had to learn. With learning that, we were able to change and transform ourselves and our thought processes and the way that we live our life and the things that we want and desire, right? Those are good things. They made you into a better person if you went the right direction with it, right? Sometimes you don't always go the right direction with it. But anyways, I digress. By letting go of it, you are allowing that energy to go back with what you kept. Keep what you learned, keep what you knew, keep what you gained, and let everything else, every other part of it, every other aspect of it, go back out into the world. You are allowing that energy to then transform itself into something else. So somebody else may go through a lesson, or so somebody else may experience some sort of awakening, right? You are allowing that energy to go back out and to do its job. You are gifting it to somebody else. Think about it like that. That is what our life, that is what our energy is meant to do. We are meant to share. We are meant to help others. That's why some people are really, really, really good at like energy healing, like they can rub their hands together and get grounded and then put their hands over an area that is bruised or an area that is really sore or has a knot and just sit there for a few minutes and it'll dissipate. It'll feel better. It'll get better. That's because they are taking their energy and transforming it into something for you, and then taking that from you and transforming it into something for them. It is a cycle, right? That is what we are meant to do. That is what our life is a cycle of energy. So just don't think of things as letting them go. Think of them as gifting them to somebody else. And you, the things that are coming into you, they are gifts you're receiving from other people, from other deities, from other entities, from other dimensions, from other versions of you. They're gifts, okay? I don't know why I got so enthusiastic about it, but I did. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around for this video. I apologize that it was so long. We all know I babble. Hopefully you watched it. If not, whatever. It is what it is. But please leave me some comments down below. I would love to start booking some more people for readings. I have some availability, so if you would like a reading, please let me know. I love you. Bye.